back to another video. Today we're looking at question 13 for 47, minimum number of steps to make two strings an anagram. So the way we'll be approaching this problem is by using a hash map, and the hash map will keep a track of the number of characters that we've seen in string S and how many times we've seen it. And then we'll look at string T, subtract the number of occurrences that match, and then in the end, we just keep a track of whatever is remaining in S. It's a pretty simple problem. I don't think it's like a medium difficulty. So let's get started. So the first thing that we need is a hash map. And let's call it character to integer. And then this is a map to a new hash map. Okay, so for character C in S.2 char array, right? What do we do here? So we just do map dot put, we put C and map dot get our default. So basically what you're saying here is either get me the value and add 1 to it, or just like take 0 as the default and add 1 to it, right? So that's all that we need to do for the hash map. So and we need to repeat the same for string T, and when I mean the same thing, as in we need to iterate through each of the characters in string T, and then what we need to do is we need to check. So if map.contains key C, then what we need to do is we need to actually subtract it. So basically these two letters match, and we need to do map.put. So basically the same thing, but we need to subtract 1. But the one thing that we need to be careful of is if map.getC, if it is equal to 0, as in like we've subtracted everything, and no more remaining characters are there, you would just remove it. So map.remove, I think that's like the only edge case that we care about. And once we have that, we have another for loop. So for map.entry of a character and integer of entry in map.entry set, we just basically need to add the values that are remaining. So we int res would be equal to 0, and all we need to do is res plus equals entry dot value, I think. Yeah, and then in the end you're just returning res. So what exactly is happening, right? So we're looking at a particular string, we're keeping a track of how many characters that we have seen and how many times we've seen it. And then we look at string T and we're like subtracting, we're trying to match. It doesn't really matter, right? For the order, it doesn't matter. We just have to check whether it's an anagram or not. So for the anagram, the only condition that needs to hold is that the characters occur the same number of times. So basically you're subtracting what is common between S and T, and what's remaining, that's what you're counting here. And you're adding all of that, and then you're returning the value. Pretty simple. Let's try running this. Of course, entry dot get value. Is that what it is? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so the first few test cases are good. Everything else is good as well. Awesome. So let's talk about the space and the time complexity. The time complexity is off, and since we are iterating through all of the characters in both of the strings that are given to us, and the space complexity is also off, and since we are using a hash map to store all of the values. Awesome. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I would definitely really appreciate that. It definitely keeps me motivated to make more videos. Thanks so much, and I'll see you folks soon. Peace.